Hey friends, what's up? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're having an awesome day. I'm going to talk to you about 10 fragrances today that are worth every penny. And some of these cost far fewer pennies than others, which makes it a little bit easier for them to be worth every single penny. Am I right? Yeah, when you're not having to give as many pennies over, it's easier to be like, eh. But these are 10 fragrances that I think absolutely crush it at their price point. Some of these a little bit lesser known than others, but they're all fragrances you should have on your radar. So let's jump into it. All right, which one to talk about first? Well, I'm gonna get this one out of the way. Harry LS360 Red. Now, this fragrance is quite well known in the fragrance community, in the fragrance world, quite affordable. It smells a little bit similar to Acqua di Gio, but with a nice little change, a little twist to it. That's because it has a nice warm spiciness to it, a little bit of cinnamon added in, a whole bunch of citrus in here. As I said, very affordable, and you do have to keep in mind, this is 360 Red for men. There's also a 360 Red for women. You don't want to get those mixed up. The reason that this one I wanted to go ahead and get out of the way is because, of course, the bottle design of this wonderful scent. Some people have said unsavory things about this bottle, and I don't understand why. It's just a cylindrical bottle with a tip cap. The quality is really good though on this for the price. Like, that is an awesome spring, summer, fall time cheapie. And next up, a fragrance from my buddies over at Michael Malol. Actually, there's going to be two of them here, so I'll do them one right after the other. And these ones are exclusive releases to Perfumania. Now, you should know about Perfumania, but if you don't, in case you're unaware, it is a fragrance store chain. They've got them all over the United States. I'll link these in the description, and I'll link to Perfumania's website. Hello, it's me from the future. So there's a code that you can use at Perfumania, both on their website and in person. And the code will get you $10 off any of the exclusive Michael Malol fragrances at Perfumania. So here's what you gotta do. Yes, this was given to me after the fact. That's why it's me from the future. So with Perfumania, you wanna text Gents 10. That's GENTS 10 to 71385. So text 71385 Gents 10, then you'll get a coupon code that will give you $10 off whichever fragrance you want. So there you go. There's a code from future me. Enjoy. And again, that's good for stores and online for those scents. Okay, back into it. The first fragrance is called Graystone. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much here, but I just got back the other day from Michael Malol HQ, which is up in Columbus, Ohio, actually. And I got to see them bottling and packaging fragrances, you know, putting everything together. I got to see the whole warehouse, the whole manufacturing line, meet the whole team. It was really sick. And they have some stuff coming out real soon. That's really good. Okay, back to Graystone. Sorry. If you follow this channel for any length of time, you know that initially I did not really dig a lot of fragrances that Michael Malol had, and still a lot of those early ones I'm not a big fan of, but the stuff that they're coming out with now is like so much better than what they had before. They're working with bigger name perfumers, higher budgets, just the whole deal. So this one in the opening has lemon, it's got cinnamon, it has a little bit of pepper as well. It dries down to a nice woody base. Elemi in there, lavender, a decent amount of lavender. This fragrance reminds me a lot of fragrances that are in the style of maybe like Coach for Men, like that type of blue fragrance versatility without leaning full on into, you know, like citrus and ginger in the opening and like that more standard open. Fantastic smelling lavender, a big time compliment puller, nice performance on it. There's a lot to love about that. That's basically just like an everyday wear kind of fragrance. You can bust that out in like any season and it's gonna smell awesome. And then the second one is this, Ocean Noir Dive. So this is obviously a flanker to the original Ocean Noir, and my wife is in love with this one. Like, she just digs the heck out of it and asked me to spray this on all the time. So this has clary sage, pepper, and mandarin orange in the opening. As it dries down, a good amount of lavender in there, moss and sandalwood in the base. Interestingly enough, it's called Ocean Noir Dive, and it does have like a little bit of an aquatic feel to it, but then not an official note anywhere. No aquatic notes, no sea salt, no seawater, none of that. So that's kind of interesting in a way. It smells vaguely reminiscent of something in the style of like a fierce, just vaguely with the way the lavender comes across anyway. And it's another one that is made just for versatility, made for compliments, nice performance, great smelling, just super appealing. After that one, Moschino Toy Boy. Now when this one came out, it was kind of hyped to the moon and back. People just talking everywhere about how amazing it was, how different it was. And I do think actually that it's really different and also, yeah, kind of amazing in a way. Very floral forward. It's not a more typical masculine scent. Definitely unisex. Ladies could pull this off. And if you have the confidence and the willpower to be able to pull this off, you're going to be smelling different than pretty much every other guy out there. I think that the quality there is very high, and it's actually become more affordable as time has gone on. Just do keep in mind, again, very floral forward, actually magnolia being one of the floral notes in there that you can pick up quite clearly, but very, very well done. Now, this next one I like a lot. Lolita Limpica, Green Lover. Are you a lover of green? Then you could check this out, but it's not actually ultra super green. Yeah, I mean, it is green to an extent, but not what you would expect. With the name Green Lover, you're thinking, you know, like being outside in the wild, underneath the trees, you know, and on a mountainside somewhere. And then you spray this on and it's like, oh, would you like creamy orange? Well, here you go. Enjoy. It is, though, really appealing. It does have a little green around the edges, but it's more like a nice sweet pop, like a little mint, a little gin. But ultimately, what makes that fragrance is this, again, creamy, sweet orange with a heaping dose of vanilla. Really, really like that. Under the radar, smells great. After that one, La Nuit de l'Homme, Le Parfum. Yes, Le Parfum. I like to talk about this one every so often. I think it's overlooked and smells very nice. Now, of course, the La Nuit de l'Homme everybody knows is the original, that cardamom. You know, it really set that fragrance on like Mount Fragrant Rushmore, Mount Fragmore. And then Blue Electrique, everybody knows because it smells awesome and is impossible to find. Thank you, YSL. But then what about Le Parfum? It's got this really pleasant, fruity sweetness. It has a nice dose of vanilla. It does have spice in there, pepper off the top, pretty prominent. It smells maybe a little bit more classy than the original La Nuit de l'Homme, but works just as well in the evening and on dates. Big time compliment puller, completely under the radar. Since we're talking La Nuit de l'Homme, let's talk about Dressardi Riflesso. The bottle, unassuming. You know, it doesn't look amazing, but the fragrance smells top notch. It is reminiscent of La Nuit de l'Homme. La Nuit de l'Homme, the original, not Le Parfum. Now, note-wise, it is missing the biggest note from La Nuit de l'Homme, cardamom. Yeah, go figure. It doesn't have that, but then it still does smell similar to La Nuit. It has apple off the top, which is very, very pleasant, very appealing. A lot of tonka as it dries down. And I don't need to tell you that tonka is one of those notes that's nearly universally loved when we're talking about men's mass appealing fragrances. You do have some leather in here, some violet, some lavender. Ultimately, it's a scent with great versatility, especially during the evening and in cooler months, and also spring. So yeah, so basically, actually, I should have said any time other than summer. But during summer, you could wear this one. Yeah, Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Kitts. I actually always liked this one. I first smelled it in store. I knew that it was out, but I didn't want to pay for it at full retail at the time. And I saw it in a store, sprayed it on a tester strip and thought, man, that's a super nice smelling summertime scent. And the bottle also looks really cool. I dig the look of this one, the coloration. It has a rubbery feel to it all the way around the bottle, so it feels good in the hand. Of all the Tommy Bahama Set Sail type bottles, this one is the best looking, at least for me. It has star fruit as one of the notes in the opening, and that's one of the things that helps set this apart and give it a more unique feel for most summertime fragrances. And that star fruit mixes together with citrus. As it dries down, you get a little sea salty driftwood feel. It's an aquatic fragrance with a slight kind of tropical tinge to it, which I guess is exactly what you would expect, and it pulls it off really, really well. It's not the type of fragrance that's gonna project like an absolute monster. It's not gonna last 8+ hours, but it's the type of scent you can spray on over and over and over and over again and just keep reliving that opening because it smells fantastic. After that, Lacoste L'Homme, good old Lacoste L'Homme. This is one of those inexpensive, super versatile fragrances, the type of scent that you can just, toss into your collection, pull it out just about any time, spray it on and go. This one has a good amount of citrus and ginger in the opening. Super appealing, super easy to wear, maybe a little bit basic, but they do switch it up with some rhubarb. So it gives it a little twist, a little unique feeling there when you first spray it on. Rhubarb gives it a nice little tart punch. And you've got vanilla in here and woods as it dries down. As I said, just a super versatile, easygoing fragrance. Smells really, really nice. And Lacoste is one of those brands that for me, I just feel like they're very good at making fragrances that are safe, that are appealing, that are easygoing. Like they pretty much always pull that off. Maybe a lot of their fragrances aren't the type that, change the world of fragrances or anything like that, but they stay in their lane, they know what they're doing, and they do it well. Last fragrance, Versace's The Dreamer. Also could have gone with Versace Pour Homme. That's a good choice too. But The Dreamer, near and dear to my heart. This is one that my wife bought me as a present many, many, many years ago. I've got a more modern bottle and a vintage bottle just because I really dig the scent and also the presentation. I think it looks slick. Really, really nice attention to detail there, especially for the price. Quite a unique fragrance in my opinion. I adore the opening. Some people think it's not that great, but I think it's nice. Very, as I said, unique. Aromatic, got a tobacco pop to it, but the tobacco leaf is not your sweet pipe tobacco. It is more aromatic, like I just said. Really good performance with that one. Lasts a long time, projects well. Good amount of lavender in there, tonka bean, and then a bunch of supporting florals, even carnation. Shout out to the carnation gang. Not too many fragrances using that note nowadays. So Versace The Dreamer, I think that's great. If it were discontinued for any reason, I would scoop up an extra bottle or two just because I really love it. So there we go, 10 fragrances in my opinion worth every penny. And again, Perfumania, shout out to them, link in the description. Check out your local store. Use that code GENTS10 if you want to scoop one of the exclusive editions. And also the presentation on these is pretty nice too. It's got a rubbery feel. And like I said with St. Kitts, I'm a sucker for that stupid stuff. Make it feel rubbery and I'm just gonna be like, it's good, I like it. Thank you guys for hanging with me here. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Stay safe out there and I'll see you again tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.